All right, so today's Ask MV3 Trader question comes from Dylan, or maybe that's supposed to be Dylan. You know, if I'm messing your name up, I apologize for that. But basically, this question asks about the highlighted time frames that I have on my charts and Sierra chart. So I'm gonna scroll back so we can get sort of a cleaner picture without the power range stuff in the way. So you see how I have the highlighted area here that's green. This is for my New York Stock Exchange hours, so I can highlight that time frame. And then I have this yellow highlight here for the first hour of the futures session, right? Now, the way that I do this, and I'm gonna come to a clean chart just so we can see exactly what we need to see and what I'm talking about here. I'm gonna move this to an intraday because this is going to be relevant to an intraday chart. All right, so the way I do this is simply by using the study, and we're gonna go into the studies here, and I use the study time range highlights, right? Our time range highlight, I use a transparent one. There's also this one. You would think that they're the same, but there is a slight difference for how it actually highlights the background. So we're just gonna go over this transparent one first, and then we'll see the difference with this other one later, right? So already mine has settings in here because I reset the defaults using the set defaults. But basically this is a simple study. All you got to set is the start time, the end time, and then there's a third option that I don't use, which is this display and forward projection area. And then of course, so I have it named here in the short name. All right, so that's just basic study stuff. I'm not going to go over all these other settings. So the only thing that I'm really focusing on here is the start time, the end time, and then also which color I wanted to use for the highlight, right? So with this one here, let's just go ahead and set this one. This is the New York Stock Exchange hours minus the last, well, for the future session, right? For futures, this is the New York Stock Exchange hours minus the last 30 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hit OK on that so we can see it. And so there we go. So you see it already is highlighted that in green. So if I want to do the other one, let's just say I want to, for another example, I want to highlight the London session, right? So okay, and let's just say, for instance, this session is from, I want to highlight the time frame from 2 a.m. This is Eastern Standard Time, which is based off of the time that I have set inside of my Sierra chart settings, right? And I'm going to do that from 2 in the morning. I'm just going to take it all the way to 6, and just to make it simple, I can just delete all that, hit tab, and so 6 a.m. And of course, this is going to be using a 24-hour, time format. So if this was supposed to be 6 p.m., then I would put 1800, right? So, and then for this one, just so we can see what it does, if it does anything, I'm gonna put that at yes. And then let's change the color. Let's just go with this blue here. I don't know, just picking a random color, and then we hit OK, and then we're gonna hit apply. And so now we can see it in the background. Our time frame that we just specified up here, highlighted in the background, is blue. I don't see any real changes from this third setting. Let me try one more other thing, because I think I may be able to, I think I maybe understand what it does. So let me go with 1400, which is 2 p.m. to, let's go with 4 p.m. 2 to 4 p.m. with this display and forward projection area, and hit OK. Okay, all right, so you can see it. That's what it does. So it allows you to see it before price gets there. If that wasn't set, then we would have to wait for price to get there in order to see the highlight. You see what I'm saying? Sorry. All right, so that's what that does. So for this other time range highlight without the transparent, let's just see what that does. And for this one, I'm going to right? I'm just gonna do it. Let's see, it starts at 18. I just want the first hour to 19. That's 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let's just stick with the same color. I use this one of these yellows. Let's just use that yellow. All right. And also before, an idea that just, a thought that just hit me. If you want to take this a step further, and let's say you want to have it to play a sound, you can also use your alert sounds right here. And that's a whole nother. If you want to know how to set the alert sounds and all that stuff, just leave that in the comment section below, and I'll make a video on that in another Ask MP3 Trader question segment. And so, but you can also, play with the alerts here for, what if you wanted to give you an alert when you hit your time frame or your time period or whatever, right? So, all right, so we already have that set to the first hour. Now let's go and see how that looks. And you can see it's not as easy to see the candlesticks when you use this one. I could not really sure the use case for this, how you would use this in, in a real world situation, but you could probably get creative and use this format or this study for something, depending on how creative you are. I know that didn't make a whole lot of sense what I said, but even if I go in here and let's just say I want to change these settings right here. All this doesn't change the transparency. It just changed the the color, the actual color. You can also do it this way, but it changes like how well the color shows up, how still it doesn't make it transparent. It just makes the color lighter. You can kind of see the candlesticks better, but I still prefer the transparent study over this one, right? So that's, in a nutshell, that's how I do it. It's really a simple thing to do. If you have any more questions, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below, and I'm gonna wrap this one up. Trade it easy.